Hi everyone. Right, I just thought I'd do you a showcase video on my early war project for, well, bolt action, chain of command, whatever. Um, and so here it is. So quick pan round to everything. So there's the Germans, there's the French, and there is the British. So if I start here, actually makes it easier. So it's very much the makeup I've got. I've gone for everything is a 10-man section with light machine gun and an NCO. So all of my sections are full. So if I want to break them down to smaller or smaller ones, I can, but I can always have a full section at any one time. So there we go. So right at the back is there are two Matilda 2s and one Matilda 1. Now I'm actually taking one of those away and I'm going to repaint it up in that funny blue and sort of cream sort of one for the desert, because what I've realised in just playing a few sort of solo games is those two and the French RB are super powerful, and there's not a lot the Germans have got that can actually knock them out. So I've realised that for a balanced game, or you just have them marauding around the table and you can't stop them. So I'm going to swap one of them out, take it to the desert, and then I will probably get myself some kind of Hotchkiss light tank or something like that, maybe an armoured car. Don't know yet. But anyway, so those are the three armoured vehicles that the British have. Then three full sections, as I said. Then here is the support. We've got medium mortar, heavy machine gun or medium machine gun. There's a couple of random figures. There's a spotter and a medic and two senior officers. So that's the British. And then we move to the French, which is a very similar makeup to the British. So we start right at the back, which oh, sorry, my camera work leaves a lot to be desired today. So there we go. You've got a Char B and I think it's a Panyard 178. I might be wrong on that. Sorry, I can't remember exactly what they're called. So I've got heavy tack and a light armoured car for the French. Then further towards the front we have three infantry sections, of which two are normal French early war infantry sections, and then one you see on the left is a Senegalese section, colonial section, which thoroughly enjoyed painting that up. And what I might do in the future, if I'm going to expand it, I'll probably, with the French, I want to get probably an extra section of normal French and then maybe two sections of Senegalese, so I could get a completely colonial army or what. But hey, that's future. This for the time being is what it is. And then up the front we have, very similar to the British, I've got medium mortar support. So we can, yeah, there we go. Medium mortar support, heavy machine gun, and then we've got various, a spotter, an extra guy there. I don't know why I got him. I could use him as a sniper, I suppose. A medic and an officer. So that's my French. I do plan at some point to get a lighter tank for the French. I'm not sure what they've got. Suma, potentially. But we'll see. We'll see on that. I mean, this is all very playable now, so whatever I get will be smaller compared to what I've got now, just to add to it and make it more interesting. But I'll know that once I've played a few games with it all, being whatever those games are. And then, so let's move on to the Germans. Now the Germans, I've got more German stuff purely because I've got 2 lots of allies. So I needed a larger force if I'm going to sort of like give them to fight a combined allied force. So right at the back, what have we got? We've got, there we go. So on the left, there is a Panzerjäger 1. Now I got him purely because he's got a medium gun and he's more likely, you've got a better chance of knocking out the British and French heavy tanks, but still it's a big ask, I have to say. So I like him anyway, he's a nice tank. I don't know whether I've even showcased some of this so individually, but so I might do that later because he's quite a nice little model. Then I've got 2 Panzer IIs, 1 38T, which is a superb model. I really enjoyed doing that. It's a plastic one, but really nice. And then we've got a Rad 6. So then, if I move forward, so what we've got there with the Germans is, from left to right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 standard German infantry sections. Now, 3 of them came from the standard Blitzkrieg box, and then I had a few leftover figures, and then Warlord Games, I think this section there in the middle is the one. I had some a sprue that came in. Oh no, it's that one there, sorry. A sprue that came with a War Games Illustrated, and it had some great coats. So what I did, spare figures, I could make another section up. So that means I have 4 normal here, as they're called. And then the final one is a more recent one, which is I did an early war Waffen SS, which was thoroughly enjoyable to paint because it's not just field grey. So it really does stand out on the field, on the battlefield. So pleased with that. So that's 5 sections. So I quite fancy adding some pioneers to that at some point. But again, same with the other 2. It's a start, and I'll see what I do with it as to what I add to the army. So then, support-wise, they've got a Pak 36, and again another anti-tank thing to try and take them down. But again, it's a big ask to take the big French and British stuff down with it, especially what I've got. That's why I think I'm overpowered with the 2 Matilda 2s. Then we've got mortar, heavy machine gun, couple of sniper teams. Also, there's a radio man there. So there's a radio man, and then there's a couple of sniper teams there. Then we've got in the front, we've got 4 officers, NCOs, and a medic. So that's it. And I have to say, this has been a project that I think I started it at Christmas. Let me pan back so you get an overall view. Oh, got to go even further. So this was started just after Christmas, but has to be said, I think the majority of this was painted in lockdown. So there we go. Really, really pleased with it. It's had it not been for lockdown, I probably would still be on it. But it means I've got some playable stuff now. I've got plenty to go on the table, and I've got plenty of options with it all. And then from now on, I can see where I want to add things. Like the Germans, I want to add some pioneers. French, I want to add some more colonial stuff. And then the British, I think, maybe a few more sections of infantry, and some more interesting vehicles potentially. But obviously, that's I don't need it. I desperately don't need it, but it will probably make it more interesting. I mean, it's a decent size collection now anyway. So anyway, there we go. Showcase of my early war stuff. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.